Integration was the worst thing. You know what happened with integration? The oppressor came into our neighborhoods, started to over-police us. Now, we don't even have black businesses here in Trenton, New Jersey. I'm from Philadelphia. Ain't no black businesses there neither. You can't even find black and Latino businesses no more, Bakar Yala. Why? Because we integrated into this society. When our God told us that we should be separate, man. Keep going.
Have severed you.
And have what?
Severed you from other people.
Our God severed us from other people, meaning this, he took us and severed us from the oppressor, severed us from the African, severed us from the Asian for excellent reason, because we're not supposed to be together all kumbaya with these other nations. Let me explain something else to you that you probably didn't know. Thanksgiving is a so-called white man's holiday where they celebrate the mass murder and genocide of our First Nation and Seminole Indian brothers and sisters. No black or Latino should be celebrating Thanksgiving at all. And you know what else you shouldn't have did? You shouldn't have went out there and voted. I know a lot of y'all went out there and voted for Kamala Harris. I know a lot. That's right. Get that brother a hand. Get that brother a hand. I'm proud. I was a little worried, Officer Morales. And you shouldn't have been voting for Donald Trump neither. Because here's the thing, man, because neither one of them have the best interests of blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. But you know who does? Our God, Yahawah. Our King, YAHUSHA mashiach, that the world ignorantly knows as Jesus Christ. And the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commanding General YAHANNA, man. Our God said that he severed us from other people. Meaning we shouldn't be together with them. Meaning that black man is supposed to link back up with that Latino man and woman. That Latino man and woman is supposed to link back up with that First Nation man and woman. Because the last thing they want us to do, Bakar Yala, as blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, is to come back together. They want us to be integrated into their society, voting, deciding between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, and then sitting at Thanksgiving. Ain't that some Officer Rock? Kamala Harris is going to be celebrating Thanksgiving with her white husband and her white kids. And they tried to pass her off as a black woman, I.O.C.K. Donald Trump, who also is the devil that the Bible speaks of, is also going to be celebrated, man. As blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, we got to be better, man. Our God said that he severed us from other people. Meaning this, we ain't supposed to be together with them. We ain't supposed to celebrate their Thanksgiving. We ain't supposed to celebrate their Christmas or none of their holidays, man. Keep reading.
Shalom Israel, Yahawah, Shem Yahushua, Brakathum, Yahushua, Thaba, Shem Yahushua, priest and officer of 1,000 Malachi, holding down the Wednesday law class for priest and officer in the car. So login. Starting off this class with Romans chapter 15, verse 4. It's like you want to send it to me on what's that? Or I got your number. No, it's still the same one. 1661. 15 and 4. Of course, like I said, it's the law class. You understand? The law is the reason why we do anything inside the school. It's what gives us purpose. Honestly, the law. You understand? The commandments, the fear of God. Why we want to have wisdom. You want to keep these laws. And why we keep these laws, of course, because we will fear the Most High. We respect the Most High. That's why you do anything in life. That's why kids listen to their parents. It's out of fear. You understand? Because we know that if we don't keep these laws, our lives will be destroyed. You understand? Our lives will be nothing but pain and suffering with no end to it. You understand? While you in the truth, we know that the test that we get put up against is to make us stronger, and it's not to break us. Which means that anything that we go through, we can literally overcome it. You understand me? Because we keeping these laws of the Most High. And if we don't keep them, then things start to look grim. You will start to lose hope, not have no faith, and that's a dark place to be at. You understand? It's a real dark place to be at, and it's hard to come out of. Right. You understand? You don't want to be there. And our gateway out of this hell that we living in is these laws that the Most High gave us. You understand, these records that the Most High gave to his chosen people so that we would know how to conduct ourselves in the face of this earth. Right. The Most High don't care if these other nations, whatever these other nations are doing. You understand? If they're not keeping these laws right now, he don't care about that. He don't care, you understand, because he didn't give this Bible to everybody. Right. People think that this Bible is a religious book when it's not. It is a book that was given to one nation of people. It's our culture. You understand? We don't really know black culture. Right. When you go online and you see people talking about hip hop and rap and all this street codes and they hear people say black culture is a joke. They're not really talking about this Bible. They're talking about the culture that we learned from America. They talking about pimping our sisters out, prostitution, you understand, murdering each other, drug dealing. All of that is the culture that we learned from America. You understand? Black culture is inside of this Bible. It's these laws that God gave us because he wants us to conduct ourselves a certain way. He wants us to love each other. And he wants to make sure that we do it. That's why he gave us his word, his laws to live by. You understand? Like I said, this Bible is no religious book. You understand? The word Christianity is not in this Bible, not one time. Not one time. When the Bible talks about Christians, it's talking about the people that follow Christ. Name one time in this Bible where the people that follow Christ, his disciples, name one time where you've seen them partaking in Thanksgiving or Christmas or Easter or Valentine's Day that's about to come up next month. Name one time where you've seen the people that follow Christ, the Christians in this Bible, name one time where you've seen them doing any of those things that Christians today do. You won't find it, but you will see where the people that follow Christ had the Passover, had the Feast of Unleavened Bread. You understand? Follow the high holy days that were in this Bible that God told us to follow. You understand? The Bible don't got nothing to do with Christianity. The Bible is the culture of black people. You understand? It's our customs. It's how we are supposed to live ourselves. How we are supposed to conduct ourselves. You understand me? It's our culture. Do you know that this is a law? It's our culture to not allow a witch to live. A witch, of course, is a drug dealer. You understand? There's no such thing as an old lady with a long, bumpy nose riding a broomstick. That's not a witch. That's fairy tale. You understand? But there is a person that stands over a pot, a cauldron, and whip up and mix up a potion and give it to people and turn them into something that is not human. You understand? Turn them into a fiend that'll keep them coming back for more. The Bible says it's our culture to not allow them to live, not glorify them. America glorifies drug dealers. You understand? Scarface, Al Pacino, all the list goes on. You got all type of movies that glorify these things. That's American culture, the culture that people think belongs to black people because of rap. And that's not our culture. Our culture is for a drug dealer to be shamed and put to death, unalived. You understand me? That's our culture. That's our laws. You understand me? Our laws say that there should not be a whore or a promiscuous woman among our people. Not to be promoted. You understand? That's not our culture to promote our women. That is America culture. We didn't invent brothels. You see strip clubs and you think of a stripper, you think of a black person, a black woman. You understand? When that's not where strip clubs came from. It came from brothels. You understand? That's not our culture. It's not our laws to live this way. You will often hear people saying, Christ done away with the laws. And you only hear it because it benefits how they want to live. You understand me? It justifies how they want to live their lives. But when you hear that, you don't quite understand that if you saying Christ did away with the laws, you're not understanding what you're really saying. You understand me? You're not really understanding what you're really saying if you say that Christ done away with the laws? If you saying that, then like I said, you must want there to be drug dealers. And knowing how, drugs destroyed our community, that wouldn't even be logical. It wouldn't be logical. You understand? Knowing what happened with the three strike laws, knowing how it took our black fathers and our brothers and our uncles off the street. You understand me? If you've had the experience of a relative in your family being addicted to drugs, especially crack, you know that is not a pretty thing. You will pray to God that he get off of that drug, that she get off of that drug. But then it wouldn't really make sense if you saying Christ done away with the laws. You understand me? You wouldn't pray for your relative to get off of these drugs, because according to your philosophy, it's okay for people to sell him drugs. Because if Christ did away with the laws, then it ain't no reason for us to shame drug dealers. You understand me? Right. You don't really know what you're saying when you say Christ did away with the laws. You're saying that Christ did away with the only thing that's going to give us structure, the only thing that's going to give us love amongst each other. You understand me? Because right now in America, we are living as if Christ did away with the laws, and you see our condition right now. You see it is shameful. You understand me? Because we're living like Christ did away with the law. Right. When we in all these different religions, when we in Islam, Christianity, and all these other religions, I don't even know half of them, man. Because they are really just Christianity, even Islam. Anything in America is Christianity. You understand? We're living as if Christ did away with the laws, and we are in a terrible state. We're at the bottom. You understand me? Real quick, read what you got.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
It say, for whatever things were written aforetime were written for our learning. It didn't say that these things are done away with. Why do you think the Bible say that we should not allow a drug dealer to live? You don't even have to think of an answer. You can just look at our society, our community. That is the reason why the Most High said aforetime in the past that we should not allow a drug dealer to live. You understand? I'm just using that one specifically for example. Why do you think he said that? Because he sees and he knew what will happen to our people if we allow drug dealers to thrive and to prosper. You understand? I don't think no Christian will ever say, drug dealers are okay with God. Do you think a drug dealer is going to get into your heaven and deal drugs? Do you think that's going to happen? That's not even something that is halfway logical. You understand? God gave us these laws aforetime for our learning. You understand me? For our learning, so that we don't have to live what we're living now. God told Adam, don't eat from this tree. Don't learn this knowledge over here. And Adam told his wife the same thing. Why? Because he knew what would happen if we learned about smoking weed, that we would get addicted to it, and that drug dealers would prosper, and our community would suffer. You understand me? He understood that, just like a father or a parent. If you tell your child, listen, don't touch that fire, it's hot. You understand? You don't have to explain what's going to happen. They should just listen, of course, because you have that type of wisdom, that type of understanding. You know that they would get hurt. You understand me? That's the same thing that God did with these laws. You understand? It's not like how people say, we have free will. We do have free will. We got the will to do whatever it is we want to do. We can pick this cup up, put it down. We can pick it up, take a sip. We got free will to do whatever it is that we want to do. Does that mean that what we want to do is going to keep us safe and be correct and be morally right? No. You understand me? Just like how if your child goes to touch that fire, he'll understand why you told him to do what you told him to do. That's the same thing with these laws. It makes perfect sense for us to try to use that idea that Christ did away with the laws to justify how we want to live. You understand? Until it comes to a point where it's not something that you agree with, like pedophilia. You understand me? You'll hear Christians say up and down all the time, you know, LGBTQ member, they can't help who they love. They can't help who they're attracted to. That's the same exact argument that a pedophile could use. Now you then back yourself up into a corner. You understand? Did God do away with the law so that people can, grape children? As he didn't do that. And that doesn't make sense. He wrote these things aforetime for our learning so that we can learn how to maneuver, learn how to deal with each other. You understand? It is our law to stay together in a relationship, in a marriage, once we have sex with each other, because that's marriage. You understand? Because God knew what would happen if we didn't value sex. He knew how today's culture would be. OnlyFans models thriving. You understand? They getting popular and famous. I don't know what their numbers are really doing. They'll go on these podcasts and talk about it.
Right.
You understand? But he sees what would happen when you have, casual sex. And you can get with somebody today and leave them tomorrow. He knew what would happen. That's why he didn't want Adam and Eve to learn that type of knowledge. You understand? We just had the knowledge of good. So could you cut the heat? Yeah. You can turn it on and off and get throughout the class. God knew what would happen. We had the knowledge of good, which means God would tell us something and we would do it, and we wouldn't know anything but the benefit that comes from obeying the Most High. You understand? The knowledge of good and evil is not doing what God tells us to do. So we know the good that comes from what God tells us to do. You understand? We know the good that comes from it, but the knowledge of good and evil, now we understand the bad that comes from not obeying God. We understand the type of lifestyle that brings, having to constantly look over your shoulder, being worried and frustrated. You understand? Feeling like you don't got no way out. We know what happens when God tells us to do something and we don't do it. You understand me? That's the knowledge of good and evil. And that's what God wanted to prevent. He's saying, and that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope. The only way that we'll have hope is by keeping these laws inside this Bible. That's the only way that we'll have any type of hope, any type of faith. You understand? Because faith comes with patience. It comes with patience. You understand? The only way we'll have comfort is through patience, faith, and the things that was written aforetime.
Right.
Because other than that, we gonna believe anything that the media throw at us. We gonna believe anything that these Christian pastors say, anything that these religions and these politicians say. We gonna just believe it. You understand me? Because for one, we don't even know who we are. We are lost sheep. We don't know who we are in this earth. So we'll try to just assimilate to anything that gives us hope, which is really false hope. Christianity is false hope. We try to cling to that so much because that gives us a sense of hope that, no matter what we do, God is going to be okay with it. Because we living in so much hell, we just looking for a lower piece of heaven, man. We just looking for a lower piece of happiness and relaxation. So we're doing whatever it is that our carnality pushes us to do, because we're living in hell. And Christianity gives us the license to do whatever it is that we think will help us feel good. You understand me?
Right.
We looking for anything to give us comfort. And we really should be looking inside this Bible, trying to keep these laws, trying to stay focused. You understand? Because without these laws, we would believe that Elon Musk just accidentally did that type of salute just by accident because of his Asperger's.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't never see him get a black power fist by accident.
Right.
Never. I ain't never seen him do that by accident. I ain't never seen nobody do it by accident. You understand me? Without that, we would just believe anything that's being shoved in our face by the media or anything that's being told to us by the media. But we got scriptures that say, you know, never trust thine enemy, because his wickedness will show. You understand me? And that the earth is given into the hands of the devil, or, you know, the wicked. Elon Musk, he's number one on Forbes list. $400 billion net worth. I don't like that type of number is ridiculously insane. Like that is such a huge number. Like you could not spend that much money in one lifetime. You literally could not spend that much money in one lifetime. When you look up the list of the most expensive things in the world, you know, I think at the top it's like a yacht. I think a yacht costs like $5 billion. I think it's like called the Supreme Yacht, and it's made out of gold and platinum and some other type of rare materials. Costs $5 billion. You understand me? And they don't just have a warehouse full of them. So you could buy that yacht, and everything else is like stuff that's one item. They don't have it in bulk, like paintings or mansions. So you have $400 billion net worth. You cannot spend that much money in one lifetime. You can't. You literally cannot. How do you think he got that much money? By just working as hard as he possibly can, pulling himself up by the bootstrap, clocking in and out every day. He ain't make that money. He ain't make that money by being honorable. You understand me? By just, you know, accidentally doing the wrong thing. You think, no, he made that money from being wicked. From being wicked. That's how we made that money. That's the only way around it. You understand me? Without these laws, we would be led to believe that, you know, he just made an honest living. He's not wicked. He's not evil. That was just a mistake that a billionaire makes. Come on, man. Without these laws, we would be lost. We would not have no hope, no comfort. You understand me? Imagine in your mind thinking your whole life you're just supposed to work 9 to 5 every day, 9 to 9 every day, and you're off 2 days. You probably get like 2 weeks vacation per year until you're 65, and then that's when you can die. Imagine thinking that that's what life is. And then when you die, you're supposed to go to heaven where God is now white. So you done worked your whole life on earth for a white man. Then you die and you got to go up to heaven to be subservient under another white man. Imagine that. That's not having no hope, man. That's why you hear people saying the phrase, you only live once. You understand? I'm here for a short time, not a good time, or whatever they say. A good time, not a long time. You understand me? Because without these scriptures, we don't have no hope. We don't have no type of comfort without these laws. You understand me? So give me 1 second. Without these laws, we don't have nothing to comfort us. We don't have nothing to comfort us in this hell. You understand? No matter what we're doing in life, it's going to be hell. It's going to be hell. That's why these scriptures say, endure until the end. That's how you get saved from this hell. Because we're living in hell. It's always going to be something. It's always going to be something. No matter how you cut it, no matter how much money you have, it's always going to be something. You understand me? You can't run from it. That's what this Bible tells you. You can't run from it, because the second you start to run from it, that's when you start to go back into the world.
Right.
That's why they call it backsliding, because it's not just one huge step back into the world. You gradually slide back into the world when you start to run from this truth, when you start to run from these laws, doing what you know you should do. You understand? Because we've all been taught. We've all been taught these laws inside this Bible. You understand me? That's why we can have hope in this truth, even though we're living under these curses. You understand? Even though we're living under all of these curses that God gave to us, we have hope because we know how to navigate through it. You understand me? We've been taught how to navigate through it, and then we're trying to teach other people, trying to be patient with other people. You understand me? That's why we have hope. That's why we have comfort. And it's not the hope and comfort of, anybody else like Christians or Muslims. Their heaven is promised to them when they die. You understand me? Just like a slave. That's where that concept came from. It came from slavery. Spending your whole life down here working for somebody else, barely getting by, barely making ends meet. You understand? Going through all these court cases and all this racism and oppression. You go through all that, and then you'll die and get your heaven. These other nations, they don't gotta die to get their heaven. They don't gotta die to get their peace. Why are we the only ones that have to die to get it? That sounds like a slave, man. That sounds like a well-trained slave. You understand me? That's what that sounds like. A trained slave. You understand? We got a different comfort. We know that our heaven is right here on this earth. We can bring that about, and that's what we're doing in I.S.U.P.K, man. We bringing that heaven down to this earth, where the Most High law will be done. You understand? Where His will is going to be done. A place of happiness, a place of family. You understand? Brotherhood and sisterhood and actual love. You understand me? That heart shape that everybody's about to give out next month, and you about to draw for your mommy and for your daddy, that's not the symbol of love, man. That shield, the shield of David, that's the symbol of love, honestly.
Right.
You don't find that nowhere else. This is true love. It's love when you don't want to do it. It's love when you don't want to go back. You understand? It's love when you don't want to stay. You're going to stay. You're going to figure it out and endure until the end. No matter what type of problems is taking place in your brotherhood or your marriage, you understand me, or your sisterhood, you're going to endure and follow these laws, follow the procedures that God told us about aforetime. That gives us comfort. Knowing that you'll be able to take this person to counsel, hold them accountable, and gain your brother or gain your sister. You understand? Have them get rid of that demon, or you get rid of that demon. You understand? Knowing that there is a structure set up to help you when you're wrong and when you're right. Help you suffer when you're wrong and when you're right. You understand? Knowing that we have that type of structure inside of I.S.U.P.K, that's heaven. Right. That gives us comfort and hope. You understand that I won't have to lose my brother or my sister or my wife or your husband to a disagreement that everybody's bound to go through. You understand? I remember General Muhammad brought out in class, he said the lifespan of an average relationship in the world is 3 years. You understand? You know that through this structure we got in the I.S.U.P.K, that you won't have to lose your husband, your children's father, your children's mother to an argument or a disagreement. You should have hope and comfort in that predictability. You understand me? This man is not going to just change the number, block you, change the locks to the house. You know that's not going to happen.
Right.
You understand? And them demons is telling you otherwise. If you got a person in the truth, you got a husband or a wife in this truth, and you thinking that she's gonna just change her number and stop talking to you, that's a demon. We have structure and counsel to give us comfort in these times, in those hard times. You understand me? We can have comfort and hope on it. You understand me? By keeping these laws, of course. So give me Genesis chapter 24, verse 67. Like I said, we still have hope and comfort, even though we are still living all of the curses, under all of the curses that the Most High put us under. Even when we come into the truth, that don't mean that all these curses just automatically going to be lifted off of you. We're going to still have to fight off these demons that have attached themselves to us for the past decade, 2 decades, for all of our relationships. We still got to fight these demons off and these curses off. You understand? Because all of our relationships are cursed. No matter if it's an intimate relationship, a parental relationship, you understand, even relationships between the generations, the old school, the young bucks, you understand, we have cursed relationships and we have to fight them off. You understand? We're going to show you not only are all of these relationships cursed, but we're going to give you ways on how to overcome it, how to mend these relationships. You understand me? We're going to start with the intimate relationships first. The first thing that we need to learn about our intimate relationships is that sex is marriage according to the Bible.
Right.
You understand me? Read what you got.
This is the book, Genesis chapter 24, verse 67.
Hold on, somebody. Let me catch up with you. $24.67. All right, go ahead.
And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent, and took Rebekah.
They say what?
And took Rebekah, and she became his wife, and he loved her. And Isaac was comforted after his mother's death.
So real quick, just to give you some background, right? Up further in this verse at the beginning, Abraham wanted to make sure that Isaac found a wife, you understand, that was from his own people. I'm gonna reread it for you real quick in verse 3. It says Genesis chapter 24, verse 3. And I will make thee swear by the Lord, the God of heaven and the God of the earth, that thou shalt not take a wife unto my son of the daughters of the Canaanites among whom I dwell, but thou shalt go into mine country, into mine kindred, and take a wife unto my son Isaac. He was talking to his servant. You understand me? He wanted to make sure that his servant, Abraham wanted to make sure that his servant went out to his own people, to Abraham's own people, and found his son Isaac a wife. You understand me? That was his servant's whole mission. That was his servant duty. You understand? So you'll read from verse 2 all the way down to verse 67, where you see his servant going to find his son Isaac a wife. You understand me? And right here in verse 67, we see that his servant found a woman to bring to Isaac. You understand me? It say, and Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent. So when the servant found this woman, he brought her to Isaac. Isaac took her into his mother Sarah's tent and what?
took Rebecca.
And say it again.
Took Rebecca.
Now, when you look up the word took or take, it's Old English for intercourse. You understand me? It's saying that Isaac had sex with this woman. This woman right here, he took her into, you know, his mother Sarah's tent. He took her into his mom's house. Read on.
And she became his wife.
And she did what?
Became his wife.
And she became his wife. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54. You understand me? It said he took her. He had intercourse with her, and she became his wife. So all them people that you thinking is just your boyfriend or just your girlfriend, if you had sex with them, that is now your husband. Right. This person that you think is just your girlfriend, if you had sex with her, she's now your wife. These people that you think is just your little sneaky link or just your little yeah, if you had sex with them, they are now your husband and wife. That's the first thing that we have to understand, you know, about our intimate relationships. Once we can understand that, then we can start to understand more scriptures like the curses that we're about to read. Once we can get past that roadblock, once we can get past that lie that sex is just, you know, something to just casually have. Once we understand that sex is sacred and it is marriage, now we can understand scriptures like this. Read what you got.
Okay. You said 54?
Yeah, Deuteronomy 28 and 54. Okay.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
It says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, read on, where it say, and towards the wife.
His eye shall be evil toward his brother and toward the wife of his bosom.
And exactly, and towards the wife of his bosom. You understand me? His eye, the man that was tender and delicate. You understand me? They say when you meet a man, he come with a free trial. They say he only good for like a month or two.
Right.
You understand me? That's because y'all didn't have sex yet. He's so sweet. He got all the flowers and notes and cards, all the kind gestures, all the love languages. He got them down pat. You understand? And then they say, oh, men change once y'all have sex. Because this a curse. It said the same man that was so tender and so delicate among you, his eyes shall now be evil towards his wife. He wasn't acting like that before when y'all was just talking.
Right.
Now that you became his wife, y'all are under a curse now. Of course he's going to change because we're under a curse. Our intimate relationship that we have with one another is cursed. You understand me? And that's you know, more proof to show you that sex is marriage. Because when you're just talking to somebody, y'all can break up, no hard feelings, no keying up cars. Right. You understand? No popping up, no stalking her, no PFAs involved, no child support. None of the evil that happens in our relationship now, it doesn't happen when y'all just talking and y'all break up. But once y'all go and make yourselves husband and wife, have sex, become married, now the evil comes. Right. You understand me? Now the evil comes. That man that was so tender and delicate, yes, he changed after he had sex. Guess what? You changed too. Right. That's something that you failed to realize as well. Give me verse, what is it, 58?
Oh, God.
No, it's 56, I think. Yeah.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her feet upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom.
They say the woman that was so tender and so delicate, she was making you dinner, rubbing your back. You barely heard her voice go over a level 2. You understand? That's what I learned with my daughter in her school. They got levels. And when everybody loud, it's like a level 3, level 4. You want to bring them down to a level 2. You don't hear your wife voice go over a level 2 when y'all first talking. She's saying all the sweetest things to you. What? I would never do any of that to you. You understand? You deserve the world. Y'all don't argue. It's a beautiful relationship. She's saying all of the things that you want to hear. You loving it. She's tender and delicate. You understand me? Damn near take the boots off your feet when you come in the house and feed you grapes from the vine. You understand? Have you a nice cold cup of beer poured up or liquor, whatever it is that you like. She's so tender and delicate, but then y'all have sex. And now she's liable to bust the windows out your car. You understand? Show up at your job, show up at your mama house, causing a ruckus. You understand me? She's liable to do a lot of things. You understand me? She changed as well. You've heard that before. You understand? Women and men both change after they have sex because now that's your husband, now that's your wife, and now you're under these curses. This is a curse that we're reading about. It says the husband that was tender and delicate, his eyes shall now be evil towards his wife. The wife is the person that you have sex with, not the person that you go out and get a marriage certificate and a ring for. It say the woman that is tender and delicate, her eyes shall now be evil towards her husband. You understand? Give me 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9. You understand me? Eventually, we grow to hate the person that we have sex with, that we lay in bed with. We grow to hate them. That's why so many people on child support. That's why so many broken homes. So many single mothers raising children, because we grow to hate that person that we sleep with. Right. We grow to hate them because it's a curse that God put on us. And you'll be a fool if you think that once you come into the truth, you'll just have a beautiful, blissful, happy ever after type of marriage. You're still going to have to fight, knowing that, all right, since I made this person my husband, since I made this person my wife, you should know that now I'm going to have to fight harder, right? Way harder than when we were just dating, because now these curses right here are about to kick in, full force. About to kick in full force. The way to help that. One way to help that is to be more selective about who you decide to have sex with. And once you have sex with them, understand that y'all in this for the rest of your natural born life. You understand? Be more selective about it. Throw that casual sex stuff out the window. Right. You understand? 1 Corinthians 6:19, Salakia. I'm about to try to catch up with you. 1 Corinthians 6:19. Understand? You can't just continue to think that, all right, I'm grown, I can have sex. That is, in this world, in this society, that's one type of maturity. Right. There's another type of maturity that says, okay, I'm grown and I don't want to have sex with you. I want to take some time to get to know you. That's labeled as cornball and lame, goofy, when you really want to try to take a woman serious and try to, take sex off the table. As a man, you understand, you don't really grasp the full understanding of how bad women take rejection until you tell them that you don't want to have sex with them. You understand? It happened a few times in my life since I came into the truth. Hell, since I came into the truth, I've been offered the most threesomes, in my whole life before I even came into the truth. It's like, damn, where the hell was this at when I was in the world? So you understand? They'll start to ask anything. You tell them, no, I don't do casual sex. No, that's not me. No, I do believe in another wife. They'll ask you, so we all can't just, you know. They'll start to ask things like this. If they will ask you don't even gotta come to them. You understand? But when you start to take it more seriously and say, I don't do casual sex, you'll see that, you'll need some real discipline to continue on that path, because they're going to just start throwing it at you. You understand me? They're going to start throwing it at you. So you really have to be selective about who you decide to lay with and decide to sleep with. Read what you got.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 19. What? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, which is in you, which ye have of God, and ye are not your own?
Listen, this is that famous scripture where it says your body is a temple. You understand me? Your body is a temple. You can't just continue to let anybody have this special type of access to your temple. You understand me? Because they're not going to treat it with respect. They're not going to treat it how they should. Give me Psalms chapter 38, verse 8. You understand me? They're going to come in there and trash the place. Right. Honestly, they're going to trash it. Something that was once so sacred. And, if I'm not mistaken, every woman that was introduced to sex naturally wasn't like no, abuse. Yeah, no type of abuse. When you had sex with that man for the first time, you wanted to be with him for the rest of your life. Right. You understand? That's 9 times out of 10. You wanted to be with him for the rest of your life. You thinking about how y'all gonna decorate the house. You understand? And you thinking about all this imagination and fairy tale stuff. Right. The first person that you had sex with, if you wasn't introduced to it through abuse prematurely. Right. You understand me? You were just regular, natural, grew up, you liked somebody, they liked you back, y'all was talking, one day y'all both decided to come together and, do it, have sex. You wanted to be with him for the rest of your life. A lot of men thought the same way. Right. You understand me? They thought the exact same way. You feel me? And now it's just something that's just done casually. Now, somewhere between that and where you're at now in life, now it's just casual. That's not normal. To have casual sex is not normal. What's normal is you having sex with one person, you want to be with them for the rest of your life. That's normal. That's what God intended. You understand me? God ain't intend for everybody to just be swapping out and sharing bodily fluids with everybody. That's where these sexually transmitted disease come from. Right. You understand me? If an STD is not enough sign to realize you shouldn't be having casual sex, then hey, listen, who am I to tell you any otherwise? You understand me? Your body is a temple. You have to be more selective about who you let into that temple, men and women. As a man, you'll be subjected to having sex with any woman that want to have sex with you, especially if she's attractive. Because if you don't want to have sex with her, now it must be something wrong with you. You must be gay. You understand me? you just sassy. Something must be wrong with you because you have some morals and you want to have some discipline and exercising. Having discipline is one thing, but exercising is something completely different. I can have discipline to, go on a fast, 2-day fast, 3-day fast, but if I don't exercise it outside of that fast, what good is my discipline? You understand me? Because when you go on a fast, if it's not the Day of Atonement, you're going on that fast because you want to do it. You want to put yourself through that pain and that discomfort. But now you have to exercise that type of discipline when you don't want to put yourself through pain, when you don't want to put yourself through discomfort, when you have somebody right here in front of you and they want to give it to you. Now exercise that discipline. You understand me? Then as a man, 9 times out of 10, when you do that, you'll be called sassy or something must be wrong with you. And you know, as a woman, you should definitely do that as well. And these are things that you have to teach your children. You understand me? Anything that you learn late, teach them early. I mean, early. They listen. These kids in these schools have cell phones, have iPhones, have Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. You think they don't see these ads with these little games and these videos? They see them. You think these little boys ain't going on this porn sites?
Right.
Come on, good night. They are in middle school. You understand me? They say confession is good for the soul. In elementary school, I was in elementary school. When I think about it, it's like, what? It's crazy. You understand me? And that was a mutual understanding between me and a little girl that was in elementary school with me. You got to teach your children this as soon as possible, as early as possible. If these kids have access to a phone, then you should know that other parents' children have access to a phone, and they might not be as strict as you. They might get them kids their phone and go in the other room and go upstairs and go to sleep or go be with that man or that woman. And they are on that phone, and it's to the point where you barely even have to go out and look for it. It comes to you.
Right.
They learn your patterns and your likes and all that stuff, and they bring it to you. Show a little boy a picture of anything, a part of a woman. He's going to like it. He's going to try to find more. He don't got to find more. He want to come to his phone. You understand me? And now your child is going to be exposed to what that child learned at a young age. You understand me? These things that we teaching is going to not only help you, but it's going to help your children. That's the goal of the older generations, to teach the younger generations. Don't try to, scare them into it or scare them out of it. But sex is not nearly as scary as what I thought it was growing up. When health ed teachers came in with the condoms and the videos. I ain't seen a blue waffle in my life. So I ain't seen that. I have not seen it, man. All these videos that they show you to try to scare you out of it, I don't see it. You understand? Nobody is scared of having sex. Considering how much people have sex unprotected. It's all type of things out there, but you would still have sex unprotected. You understand me? Just like smoking weed, it's not scary at all. You understand? It is not scary at all. Having unprotected sex, having casual sex, it's fun.
Right.
Smoking weed is fun. It's not fun? The consequences.
Right.
That stuff ain't fun. It is humiliating as a grown man to go and buy another grown man's urine. You want him to, relieve himself in this cup, in this pill bottle, so that you can put it in a prophylactic and tie it to yourself, so that you can pass a drug test. That is humiliating. You understand me? Take the time out of your day to realize that you are paying for his urine. You're paying for it. That's humiliating, all because you want to smoke weed. You understand me? Having casual sex is fun. You don't gotta be thoughtful and remember their birthdays or remember their likes and what they seen and they tagged you in and they said this would be nice. You don't gotta give a damn about none of that. That's fun. It's not fun when you're having casual sex and one of them get pregnant and she a bird brain and you can't stand to be around her for longer than 15 minutes. That's about as long as it take you to, do your business. Once that's done, you ready to go. You wish you could just disappear from the room. You don't even want to walk out the door. You understand me? Listen, like I said, just teach them. That's our job as an older generation, to teach the younger generations and be realistic about it. You understand? Share all the good times you've had, and then share the bad times. Share what came from that. You understand me? Share all of that. Being more selective about who you let into your temple. Because each person that come in and leave and come in and leave, just like how this man was so tender and delicate, this woman was so tender and delicate. Now they can just have casual sex because the people that they cared about and they had sex with, they left them. Right. You understand me? They left. Up and left. And every time this person or a person comes and they have sex with you and leave, you just get colder and colder. Your heart just get that much colder every single time. You understand? You got Psalms 38 and 8. You understand? You just grow a bit more dysfunctional in a relationship every time. You understand? You just get a bit more depression and anxiety and all these different things. That this person is coming and leaving, coming and leaving, coming and going. Person that you care about so much, and is especially worse in women because they like men a lot. Women fall in love about 30 times in their whole life. Right. A man he'll be very fortunate to fall in love twice or 3 times. Men don't fall in love that easy, but women fall in love a lot. You understand? A man, hell, you know, he get with a woman when he young and she cheat on him, and now he's, you know, now he don't care about women. You understand? It will take him a long time to take a woman serious. Because one little girl cheated on him as a kid. Now he's having sex with anything that he lock eyes on. Right. He's leaving them heartless. You understand me? He's grown cold. And that depression and that anxiety, you know, those anger management issues that men have. You understand? Men are emotional like women are emotional. Right. Men get extremely angry. Women get extremely angry too and sad. You understand me? That's what happens when you don't be selective about who you have sex with. It's not just something that's casual, contrary to popular belief. It's not a casual thing. You understand? It's a very sacred act that can be the difference between a life of hell and a life of hell that's worth it. Honestly, you understand that y'all gonna get through that hell, and y'all gonna be one. You understand? Y'all bumping heads, but then y'all gonna get through it, and y'all gonna be one. It's gonna be worth it. You understand? Be selective about who you have sex with. You understand? Because you're gonna understand that some people are worth going through the fight and enduring to the end, and some people are just not worth it. You understand me? But once you have sex, you're gonna take what you get, and you're gonna go through all of these depression and anxiety. You understand me? And OCD and anger issues. You're going to deal with all that because you keep letting people into your temple and out, in and out. You understand? Here and here's some hard truth. If you are a broken woman, if you're a broken man, you're going to be a broken parent. You understand me? You can't be a good parent if you're not a good person. Right. And how can you be a good person when you got so much of this trauma and so much of this baggage from all of these failed relationships? You understand me? A bitter baby mom. You hear that all the time. A bitter baby daddy. You hear that all the time. The type of person you are, that's going to be the type of parent that you are. You understand me? Having all these people come into your temple and just trash it, not have no regards for it. That's the type of parent that you're going to be. You understand me? And we're going to get into the parental relationships, which is, you know, something that takes time. You understand? Read what you got.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 38, verse 8. I am feeble and sore broken.
It say, I am feeble and sore broken. You said it's Psalms what?
38, verse 8.
Psalms 38:8. I'm feeble and sore. I'm feeble mean I'm weak. I'm sore. You understand? I've been going through it. I'm broken. You understand me? You trying to pick up the pieces. Like how Drake said, you know, dealing with a heart that you didn't break. You understand? That's men and women. Women are just so emotional and so expressive when it comes to emotion and sadness. Men handle it more on the inside. But women deal with broken men just as much as men deal with broken women.
Right.
You understand me? These men, everybody is feeble and sore. Make sure I ain't forgetting. Yeah, feeble and sore. You see me? Read on.
I have roared by reason of disquietness of my heart.
It said, I have roared by reason of disquietness in my heart. These people that's so angry, these men that's so angry, domestic violence, trying to spray the whole block up. They're going to paint the whole block with their anger.
Right.
You understand me? These women that's so emotional. You understand me? That'll slice your tires, all four of them, not just one. One will do the job.
Right.
I ain't going nowhere with one sliced tire. They'll slice all four of them. Key the car, and then break your windows. Right. You understand me? And then fathers yell at their sons uncontrollably, just yell and yell and yell in anger. Mothers yell at their daughters uncontrollably, just yell and yell and yell and just anger. All because of the disquietness that's in their heart, that's in their mind. You understand me? That's in their mind. And a good amount of that comes from these relationships that you've had in the past. You understand? The relationships between your parents, right, or your significant others. You understand me? All these racing thoughts. So like, give me Ecclesiastes 38:12. You understand? All these racing thoughts. You always just assuming the worst. We think that's just a way to live. You understand me? We just always assume the worst possible outcome in our relationships. He really don't love me. She really don't love me as much as she say she do. You understand me? Always assuming the worst, having these racing thoughts in your mind that you can't control and you can't even steer in the right direction, and it's a problem. Once, just like how I said, when men go to really reject sex from a woman, you realize how hard that is. When you really try to reject these negative thoughts, you realize how hard that is. And the more you try to reject it, the more you realize something is wrong. I can't do it. I need some help. You understand me? Because you're reacting this way in these situations, especially with your children, because of the disquietness that's in your own mind, because of the chemical imbalance that's going on in your own mind, because of the trauma, because of the baggage, because of the past experience. You understand? With your parents, with your significant others. You understand me? That's what's happening in your mind. If that's the type of person you are, so that's the type of parent that you're going to be. You understand? And you really have to come to grips with that reality. A lot of us wasn't born into a fully functional marriage. Mom and dad getting along with each other. They don't never argue in front of you. I seen a comedian. He said it's like my parents waited until I got home to argue. You understand me? We didn't grow up in a place that was big enough to even have your own personal space as a mother and father to hash out your differences. These walls is thin. Right. I can hear the next door neighbor and the neighbor next to him. You understand me? So just imagine a child that's right downstairs, a child that's in the next room. You understand me? Listen, To be a good parent, like a perfect parent, is so hard. It's possible. It's not going to be comfortable. You might have to tell your rib, hey, listen, come talk to me in the car, because the kids can't hear this. You understand? You might have to tell your husband, hey listen, Salakia, I think we should have this conversation in the car, because you want to yell and tell him about what he ain't do right, and you understand he should have done. It's so hard to be a good parent that really shield your child from all of the trauma that you've been through. Right. It's hard. But of course, all the trauma that you've been through led us, Salakia, to be the parents that we are. It say, I have roared by reason of the disquietness of my heart. You got Ecclesiasticus 38:12. Yeah, hold that. I have roared by the reason of disquietness of my heart. Like I said, just imagine a bitter baby mother, a bitter baby father. Imagine it. You understand? And like how we read in the beginning of this class, the things that were written aforetime was written for our learning. All of this mercy and grace that we learn through Christ, now we have to apply that to somebody who have directly affected us with their bitterness, have directly inconvenienced us. You understand me? And that's something that's hard to do, to give them mercy and pray that the Lord have mercy on them, because you know that they are roaring at you, making your life uncomfortable because of the disquietness that's in their heart. You understand? That makes them the person that they are. A lot of times when somebody is, excessively frustrated with you, it's not you. It's the stuff that's going on in their mind. You understand me? Especially as a child, when you grow up and you realize the stuff that your parents did and the stuff that they could have done better, the stuff that you hated and was terrible and was terrified from, the stuff that you can't even really forgive them over. You have to realize that it was not you. It was because of the disquietness in their heart and their mind. Their mind wasn't quiet. Their mind is chaotic. That's why they was that type of parent towards you. You understand me? And how General Muhammad break it down so much, God is just. If you don't forgive your parents for what they've done to you, if you don't try to understand the disquietness in their mind, you can expect to have a similar outcome in your parenthood. Right. You understand me? You can expect that. You have to focus, because you'll get older and become a parent yourself and see how hard it is. You understand me? You'll see how difficult it is, and you'll be in the same predicament as your mother, as your father. Unknowingly, we think that we date people just because we find them attractive. We date people because we see some type of familiarity inside of them. That's why we date people. In some way, subconsciously, they remind us of our mother. Right. Some way, subconsciously, they remind us of our fathers, which of course had a disquiet mind. You understand me? It's a whole lot of trauma bonding going on. And it's a hard thing to do when you're trying to raise children. You understand me? If you're really thinking about raising children, that's why you have to try to forgive them, because you're going to be in the same predicament as them. Try to forgive them. Get counsel on it. Let it go, because you'll be in the same predicament as your parents, and then your kids are going to be looking at you like, in a similar fashion of how you look at your parents. You understand? Sons with their fathers not being there, you're going to think, damn, my dad could have taught me more until you in a similar position, and you realize why he wasn't around as much as he should have been. You understand? As mothers, you're going to think, damn, my mom could have been a bit more gentle towards me, until you're in a similar position, and you realize, you know, why she was snapping all the goddamn time.
Right.
Because of what's in their mind, what's going wrong in their mind. Our parental relationships are cursed. Understand? Here's a way that we can mend that relationship, that we can fix it and build on it. Read what you got.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 38, verse 12. So like, you should go description.
Hold on, let me see. Yeah.
This is then give place to the physician, for the Lord hath created him.
It say give place to the physician. That's the doctor.
Right.
You understand me? Like how you would give place to a mechanic when you having car problems. You understand? That's his place to fix it. I'm not going to try to get up under there and do what I don't know how to do. I know how to change a flat, and everything else is the mechanic's job.
Right.
You understand me? It say give place to him. Give place just like how you would give place to your manager. If you having problems on a job, if you're having problems with your payroll, your direct deposit ain't functioning, and you keep on getting these paper checks, and you don't feel like cashing them, you would give place to your manager to help you with the issues you having on the job. You give place to a doctor, to a physician, to help you with the issues you're having in your mind. Just like how it said, you would roar because of the disquietness in your mind. You understand? You would give place to him. Read on.
Let him not go from thee, for thou hast need of him.
Thou has need of these physicians, man. And there's something in black people that just don't like doctors.
Right.
They hate doctors. They hate vaccines. Well, we hate vaccines. We hate doctors. We hate doctors so much that we have learned a strategic way to go in there and lie to the doctor, so that they don't understand what's really going on with us. You understand? We would think, I can't go and tell the doctor the truth because, you know, they're going to realize something is wrong with me, and they're going to fix it.
Right.
It say give place to that doctor. Listen, man, I was able to talk my wives into getting medication. You understand? Support them through it, and vice versa. Them the same unto me. They was able to talk me into getting it for anxiety and OCD. You understand me? That obsession with the compulsive disorder. Not only like and that don't even, you know, that's not just limited to you thinking, oh, everything around me have to be in perfect symmetrical order. That's also like you know, having compulsive thoughts. You understand? You're stressing over these thoughts, and you can't let them go. And especially when they're negative, you're continue to obsess over these thoughts. You understand? My ribs helped me and comforted me when it came time for me to get in my medicine. Everything I said to them, they said to me. You understand? The physician is here to help you with whatever chemical imbalance is going on in your mind that's making you roar. You understand? That's making you yell at your kids. That's making you beat your kids mercilessly. You understand me? Right. The physician is here for that. Take your medicine. Get some medicine. To the point where I see somebody tripping and I'm just like, man, they need some medicine. You understand me? for the longest, growing up on social media, you see when a woman is acting crazy, you know, she just needs some ride. Sometimes that's true. Sometimes she needs some goddamn pills. You understand me? It don't got nothing to do with you. When this man is being so distant and you know, so nonchalant, sometimes he needs some pills. When you see these people yelling at their children over something so small, sometimes they need some pills. Because like how I said earlier, we are all in hell. So like, could you crank the heat up, Bubble Show? You understand? Because we're all in hell. Nothing about our life in America is, you know, just rosy and peaches and cream and ice cream and unicorns and glitter and sparkles. We go through a lot as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. We go through a lot. You understand me? Some people might go through something different, but everybody is still going through something that weighs heavy on their heart. Weighs heavy. You understand? It might not be to the level where, you know, you have to care for a disabled child every day, or a child that got cancer and they on a deathbed. You understand? It might not be at that level of stress, but it's still something that you're going through, that the Most High knew that, you know, this will push you to your limits. You understand me? Everybody don't go through the same stuff, but they going through something that's weighing heavy on their heart. That's weighing heavy on it. You understand me? That the next person might not know about. And imagine going through this stuff for 20 years, 10 years. It's going to mess up your brain. It's going to cause a chemical imbalance in your brain. And like how I said earlier too, you know, when you're exposed to sex, you know, and it wasn't through abuse, you'll have a certain mindset. When you're exposed to sex and it is through abuse, that can cause a whole different mindset, even outside of sex. It'll ruin your trust.
Right.
You understand me? It'll ruin how you perceive others that's just trying to help you. Because I'm pretty sure that person that abused you sexually appeared as if he was just trying to help you. He was just being nice. So subconsciously, when somebody trying to be nice to you or help you out in a relationship, it just don't feel right.
Right.
You understand me? These things are chemical imbalances. Go ahead.
Nah, so like I was gonna say this so heavy because like I mean, just being a man in the world today, or a black man today, just like you said earlier about how when you don't even want to have sex with a sister, she look at you like it's like you don't want to take advantage of this moment right now.
Right.
So you just abuse it, like come in, and then when you even stay, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can tell her, hey, I'm here forever. Like when she try to do a little, like you'll notice when you start dating chicks, they'll do like subconsciously they'll try to do like stuff they know that'll drive a dude away or a test or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you still want to be with me?
That's crazy.
Like and then it just but a lot of times you can tell like okay, or at least getting the truth. I've noticed you've been abused before.
Yeah.
I can tell usually.
Right. That's really the thing, like, because in the truth, like you've heard so many scripture breakdowns with General Muhammad breaking it down, because he is a counselor and he hears these things, he teach about it. You can tell when a woman has been abused, even when she's trying to hide it. You understand me? You can tell because you actually care. You understand me? And like how you said, like they are surprised that you don't want to take advantage of that moment because they've been so used to it. That's their coping mechanism for being abused sexually. You understand me? They want to go out and just give it away freely.
Right.
That gives them some sort of power. That's their coping mechanism. Just like how when a man is abused sexually by another man when he's a child, his coping mechanism is being LGBTQ. You understand me? It's really just a bunch of hell that we have to live through, and it's going to cause some issues in our brain. You understand me? It's going to cause some issues in our brain, and it's a level of freedom that you gain from realizing that you need some goddamn help. You understand me? It's a level of freedom to realize you need some pills, and then you take your pills, and then you're like, oh damn, is this how everybody think?
Right.
You understand? I ain't know that you could have a day where you're not worried about anything. It comes and go. Like, damn, this is normal. Oh damn, that was a problem for today. I handled it. I did everything I could to handle it. Now it's gone. Instead of, oh damn, here's a problem, and then your mind just goes to the worst possible scenarios, and now you're depressed. You understand? Then you're trying to take it out on your kids. You understand me? Listen to your doctor. Talk to him. Be honest with your doctor. If you can't be honest with your doctor, you can't be honest with nobody. Because he's literally here to help you, especially if you're in the truth. You have hope and comfort that these doctors not just going to give your child autism. You understand? That's what everybody think. They think the doctors are just here to give out autism through shots. You understand? Let's say the Lord put him in his place. The Lord is the one that gave the medical advancements to discover these vaccines, and discover these pills to where you can take them and they will balance that chemical imbalance in your brain, and you won't be so goddamn crazy, and you won't be so emotional. Go ahead.
It's like I was gonna say, brothers forget like how bad the common flu was to people. Like, it would take people out the game. They had to go through a vaccine stage where nobody knew what it was. Just like the COVID shot.
All right, oh my goodness.
Like, you want to be one of the ones that get taken out by the flu. Like, jeez.
Oh my God.
I don't believe that. It's a test for the government. Microchips. All right, start coughing. Everybody looking at you. Back in the day when you had that cough, they'd be like, bless you, because they know you about to.
Right. That's where that whole term bless you came from. Yeah. Because of the lack of medical advancements. You understand me? A toothache, oh my goodness, what? There's people that need open heart surgery because of a toothache, because of an issue with your dental. You understand me? They didn't have anesthesia back then. They would let you get kicked in the jaw by a donkey and then go to work on your mouth. They didn't have anesthesia back then. You understand? Way back in the day. The Black Plague took out about 10% of the population. That's about like 80 million people. You understand me? Because of the lack of medical advancements. And of course, the Most High just sent the plague onto the earth. You understand me? Just like how the Most High sends the medicine onto the earth.
Right.
It's that simple. The Most High isn't going to kill everybody, isn't going to unalive everybody. He's going to release a medicine, a vaccine to help. You understand? He's just going to show you, listen, y'all don't know what y'all up against. You understand me? Just like how when you're trying to battle these demons, you don't know what you're up against. You need this medicine to be a better parent. You understand me? Sometimes you really need it. I think really, and I mean, even when I was growing up, it was a common theme that Black people just did not get therapy. Right. It was a theme. It was our culture. Right. I don't know where the hell that came from. You understand me? Because as you grow older and then you see your parents getting medicine, and it's like, where was them pills at when you was throwing pots and pans and glasses right past my face to hit a goddamn door? Where was that at? Right. You understand me? We really need to get our medicine and take care of it. Even when, like I said, confession is good for the soul. When I was on the road, You understand? When I was on the road driving and I ran out of my medicine, I could feel the anxiety. I could feel the OCD. I could feel the change. You understand me? That came from not taking my medicine. And when I took my medicine, I could feel me calming down. Understand? I could feel me regulating my thoughts. Everything just fine. Because, nigga, I need medicine. Right. You understand me? Niggas need medicine. And there's no shame in that. There should be shame in you needing medicine and not going to get it. Because now you making your kids suffer. Your relationship, your marriage is going to suffer. Your friendships is going to suffer because you need medicine and you're not taking it. Now everybody got to work around you. Right. And everybody got to skate on thin ice because you have issues that you're not getting handled. You understand me? Take your medicine, man. It say, like, let me read this scripture. You got Ecclesiasticus, no, that's 30. Get me Isaiah 51:20. You know, hold on, Ecclesiasticus, it's like that. Bear with me for a second. Ecclesiasticus 38:12. It say, then give place to the physician, for the Lord hath created him. Let him not go from thee, for thou hast need of him. To think that it's black culture to not seek medical attention unless you shot. Right. Understand me? Unless you having a seizure. Some stuff that, you can't just shrug off. You can't just shrug off being shot, nigga. You understand? You having a seizure, you can't just shrug that off. You had to go to the doctor, huh? Now you call it 911 in haste. But when you having mental problems day to day, every day, you understand me? Every day, you like, I don't need them damn pills. I'm cool. Understand? Nah. That's normal. That's not okay. You need, let me just read the end of that precept again. For thou hast need of him. You need him. Right. We all need him. There ain't nothing shameful about that. That's maturity. That's growth. To realize you need therapy. And it's more accessible than you think it is. You understand me? Your health insurance could pay for it. Even if it's online therapy, go for it. The school give counsel for these things. You can go to the school for it. You understand? Just in the school will tell you to take your medicine. School will tell you that. Because that's something that's missing in our community, man. We would rather, like, how are you so scared of pills? How are we as a people scared of pills that's going to help us, that the doctor will professionally specify this pill for your condition? You scared of that, but you will buy weed and perks off a nigga that you don't even know. A nigga that didn't even graduate high school. That nigga giving it to you in aluminum foil. In aluminum foil. He giving it to you in a wrapper that's filled with gummy bears. You will eat gummy bears from a stranger before you take pills from a licensed doctor that the Lord created. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I don't know where that came from. That's not black culture. Black culture is in this Bible where it just says, give place to your physician, for you need him. The Lord created him. That's black culture. You understand me? I think a lot of these vaccines, if not all of the vaccines or vaccine itself, was created by black people. That's black culture. To take medicine. Niggas don't want to die. I think when it comes to what black people fear the most is death. That's what they fear the most. You understand? That's what we fear the most is death, but we won't take the proper precautions to prevent that, especially when it comes to medicine. Listen. I can stay on this topic for 40 more minutes. But that can be the turning point in you being able to communicate with your children. You being able to raise your children properly is you taking medicine. You understand me? Because that relationship is cursed. That's a solution. That's a big step that you can take. I told my wives I was extremely proud of them for taking that medicine, and I meant every single last word of it. You understand? Because that's a huge step. That's breaking a generational curse. Right. It's a curse in our community to not take medicine unless you got a headache. You'll take Motrin. You'll take Tylenol because that headache is banging. Oh my God, a toothache, a wisdom tooth. I wouldn't wish that on my. I would wish that on my worst enemy. I don't listen. That toothache is excruciating pain. Every day, I forget the pills I was taking. Oh my God, it was like these are starting to not work. In the beginning, they was working. I'm like, all right, cool, boom. And I was at orientation for my first truck driving job. Oh my God. I was far away from home. The only thing I had was them goddamn pills. And I would take them in the morning, and I would be good until, the afternoon, to the night. And then it came one time where I'm taking them in the morning, then at lunch, then before I leave, I'm like, yeah, this is not it. The first opportunity I had to get back home and get some medical attention, I got it. You understand? We would take pills for anything except when it, benefits our mental health. Right. We need to take these pills. We need to make it popular. Understand? We need to break these generational curses, and that's something to be proud of. So, like, real quick, just give everybody a hand that took that step. You understand? To take them pills to break them generational curses. You understand? That is something for you to be proud of and for you to remember every day. You understand me? So we're going to get Isaiah chapter 51, verse 20.
God, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 20. Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets.
It say, thy sons have fainted. Verse 20. They lie at the head of the streets. Read on.
As a wild bull in a net, they are full of the fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy God.
Exactly. They say when they fainted, they growing weak. What are they growing weak from? They're growing weak from these drugs, man. Weed will make you so subtle and calm and just relax. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like as far as like what weed make you. Passive. Makes you so passive. You don't give a damn about nothing. Even the things you should care about. Understand me? You are at war. Young men, that's the cornerstone of any nation. And that's what America knows. That's what our enemy knows. That the young men are the cornerstone of our nation. That's why they attack them and they push these drugs on them. You see so many people just leaning in these interviews. I think one of the first people I seen leaning was Boot Gang. Understand? I'm not old, but I'm getting there. But I'm pretty sure young kids don't know who the hell Boot Gang is. It's been a minute. That nigga came out of jail, been a Christian. I seen him leaning. And then they go on these songs and they rap about it. Oh my God. They just glorify it so much and make it public. You understand? Because they know that our young men is what's going to build our nation, is what's going to raise our nation. That's what we'll be passing it down to. But the relationship between older men and younger men is just so severed that you can't. That you know what I mean? It's really nothing there. You understand me? They say Thy sons have fainted, grown weak from drugs, man. And I know a lot of people try to take pride in the era that they was born in, like 90s babies, 2000 babies, 80s babies, when in all reality, none of these years was better than the next one. Right. All they did was pave the way for the next generation to become worse than they were. It's like each generation was just a little bit better than the one that came after them. You understand me? That's what happens. What happens when you have a generation of men that is injecting drugs directly into their bloodstream? Directly. Some even put it up their anal cavity to get it into their bloodstream faster. Did you think that would result in a bunch of young men being husbands and businessmen and honorable young men? Did you think your generation of men, you think that's what they would produce? A bunch of stand-up honorable men, and they were injecting drugs directly into their bloodstream? Directly. They was skipping the middleman. They was snorted up their nostrils. You understand me? What did you think would happen to the next generation of men, to the following generation of men? They'll take gummy bears and eat it and be leaning. They'll drink out of a baby's bottle to get drugged into their system. I'm not even making it up. I wish I was making it up. Grown men that would drink the drugs out of a baby bottle into their system. Lean and syrup. You understand me? They have fainted because of what? Because of the examples that were set before us. And as the older generations, we have to take accountability on what happened to the younger generations. When you have generations of women that is fighting for freedom and liberation and women's rights, you understand me? What do you think that was going to produce? A bunch of wives and honorable young women? Because in 2025, we see that the only thing that a black woman, Hispanic woman is free from is another black man. That's the only thing that they're free from. That's it. They still paying taxes. They still getting gunned down. Ex-Sandra Bland. They still getting gunned down by police and mistreated by police and being thrown in jail. You understand me? Unjustly. Like how Cap Tazariak brought out in his last debate with that social media influencer. You understand? We are the most arrested. Simultaneously, we are the most exonerated. You understand me? And that goes for men and women. That's not just a stat for men. Our women is not free from that. You understand me? The only thing that a black woman is free from is her black man inside that house, because she can make money and pay bills. You understand? This is what the previous generations have paved the way for. You understand? Women that don't give a damn about no man, and they free and they single. You understand me? Men that's just on drugs and leaning. You understand? Our young men have fainted. They lie at the head of the streets as a wild bull in the net. They are full of the fury of the Lord. You understand? The fury of the Lord are these curses. Right. The anger problem, the depression, the trust issues. You thinking that every person that you meet is going to do you dirty? That's a problem going on in your brain. We just read about it. You understand me? Give me Romans chapter 1, verse 25. That's the issue. And yet here we are, older generations, younger generations. We thinking everybody think that their generation is just the best. It's just better than the one that came before. We think that being the 90s babies means something. It don't mean nothing.
Right.
Because look at the generations that we produced. You understand me? Look at the generations that produced us. It don't mean nothing. We got people born in the 2000s. We got people born in the 2020s. Imagine how they're going to be. They coming out thinking that it's 15 different genders. Who produced that generation? Who produced that one before? It doesn't matter when you were born, because we were born in a cursed time, a cursed generation. We passed that curse down. Generational curses. I just brought out before, taking them pills will break that. You understand me? Taking accountability will break that also. Take a step back. I think my generation, I don't know what the hell we birthed 90s babies. I don't know. I can't even lie. It's so terrible and everything all over the goddamn place. You understand me? All over the place, man. Every generation is all over the place. There's enough accountability to go around. Enough accountability to go around. So, like, what scripture I said? Romans 1:25. Let me catch up with you. Sure. Read on.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the creator,
right?
Who is blessed forever. Amen.
Who changed? This is in a nutshell saying, following society, following our oppressor's agenda instead of following God's laws. You understand? We follow this agenda that Brett pushed to get high and smoke these drugs and do these drugs. We follow the agenda that our oppressor pushed, where a woman don't need a man for nothing. We follow that instead of following God's laws.
Right.
Where it says we shall not suffer a witch to live. But we follow the culture of glorifying drug dealers. Rick Ross, you understand? Me personally, he made some good songs, but I just never liked them. Right. But he was famous because he was supposed to be a drug dealer, the biggest boss. He not hiring young black men to, be entrepreneurs. That's not what his persona was. He was a drug dealer. We glorified him. Same thing for all these other rappers. Understand me? Go ahead.
So like I was gonna say, and then he wasn't even a drug dealer. He was a CO, but he had to act like the damn drug dealer, right, to even sell records. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna listen to a person rapping about, I was making sure dudes bent over the car. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how happy it is. Like, you had to act like an evil person to make money. And that's America. That shows you that Babylon, how evil America is. Right.
And that's their culture. That's their culture. Like how General Man brought out in class, who is the number one consumer of hip hop? You understand? Not black people. You even watch these shows and these concerts. Oh my God, this Caucasians through the whole crowd. Because fact, I be looking at these tickets like, listen, man, I'm gonna catch the YouTube. I hope they do a behind the scenes all access on a YouTube.
Right.
You understand me? It's not our culture. And like how the brother said, you don't want to hear about it. Cardi B, she said something like she made a song about relationships. And she was saying, I can't make songs like this no more because this is not what they want to hear.
Right.
You understand me? That's why she's talking. That's why she continued to rap about, having options and being so boss. You understand me? It's not what we want to hear. It's not. No, we follow the creature more than the creator, right, more than God, more than his laws. You understand me? We don't enforce the idea that being a promiscuous woman is not of God and it's shameful. We don't enforce that. Teach your child shame. General Hyman taught me something that I literally have based my whole parenthood over being a father over daughters. And that's, teaching them shame. And this in such an easy and innocent way. When you bathing them and getting them dressed, you're shielding your eyes. Like, no, I can't see you. No, I can't see you. You're naked. Cover yourself. You're naked. You understand? Every time it's funny to them. It's fun. But then they start to really incorporate that into their mind, subconsciously.
Right.
It's something that you're doing that's so innocent. You're teaching them shame in a nice, playful way. When you're changing their diapers, oh no, you're naked. Cover yourself. And I don't know why everybody just laughs. It's funny because it's innocent. You understand me? To the point where you would make sure that they're covering themselves. Yeah, of course, you're peeking. You're making sure you're not putting their damn diapers on backwards. But you're making sure that they are being taught shame. You understand me?
Right.
That's become so pivotal in my parenthood, and it makes you feel good as a parent because you know that you're teaching your child something that our women lacked. You understand me? Same thing with a son. You're teaching him discipline. That he just can't let his emotions get the best of him and drive his behavior. No, listen, sit down, stop crying, relax, take it easy, relax. Of course, you're allowing him sometime to cry. You understand me? You're allowing him sometimes to express himself, but you're really establishing that discipline so that, like I said, so that he don't grow up and become as a raging bull in the net, in the trap. You understand me? Allow his anger to paint the whole block.
Right.
Because anger, all of these emotions, especially the negative ones, the ones that have a negative connotation to them, there is no end to them. Like the type of sadness that you can feel, it can get worse and worse and worse and worse. There's no end to it. Just like anger, there is no end. You can just feel more angry and more angry and more angry. There is no end to it. There's not no cap where it's like, this is the most angry I can possibly feel. There's no cap to it. Same thing like sadness. There's not a cap to where it's like, oh man, this is the saddest I can possibly feel. There is no end to these things. Why you have to really teach your son, even your daughters, how to, handle their emotions. You understand me? You have to teach them these things and be able to talk to them like how I said, be realistic about it. No matter what it is. We're past the time and day and age where we have to lie to our children and tell them that, all the things that's fun is not fun. Like how I said, having casual sex is fun. You ever been to college? Have you ever heard about college? Come on. That's fun. Drinking until you can't drink no more, you black out. Doing that a lot of times throughout the week is fun. Doing drugs is fun. I'm not gonna lie to you. The consequences is hell. The consequences do not make up for all that fun, because once the consequences come, that fun don't even matter. You will wish you did have that fun. Once the consequences come, be honest with your children. Be honest with these younger generations. Listen to them. You understand me? Listen to them talk and what they have to say. Just because you know what they about to say, just because you know what they going through and how it ends, doesn't mean that you have to, disregard whatever they saying. Listen to them. You understand me? Because it's not like our generation did better. We can't sit here and use our generation as the golden era, and use that as an example to show, listen, this is what you should have done. Nah, because us and our friends and our peers is not, the standard. We have to listen to these younger generations You understand? And try to mend that bond. Because it seems like it's tension between the young people and the old people. It's just this tension. The old people think the young people are just so naive and full of themselves. The young people think that the old ones are just stuck in their ways. And they think they know it all. We have to try to mend that situation. Let me see. Give me Titus 2:1. We're gonna end it off with this one. Damn, what Titus is it? The water.
This is the book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 1. But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine.
The things which become sound doctrine, like how I just explained. Don't lie to them. Make it sound doctrine. You understand me? Tell them the truth. It's going to be fun, but it's going to come with consequences that outweigh that fun. And I don't want you to experience those consequences. So yes, it's fun, but so yes, I did have fun doing these things, but the consequences last so much longer. That fun is just a memory, but the consequences are everyday life that I live now. You understand me? You have sex with a baddie. She bad. You understand me? You had fun, and that was for a short time. It's now with memory. But the consequences, that child support, the custody battle, that is everyday life for you. That's not fun. You understand me? That's not fun. Speak sound doctrine unto them. Teach them the truth. The truth. Not, having sex is so scary. It's not scary. It's fun. You understand me? Them STDs, however, is not fun when you trying to go to the bathroom and it burns. That's not fun. No ice is going to do the trick. You're going to have to get some medicine. You understand me? Speak sound doctrine unto them. It's fun to believe that you don't need a man until you're in bed lonely. In your bedroom, sounding like a barbershop every night. All that buzzing, and you're lonely. You understand me? You can't roll over and cuddle with a toy.
Right.
You can't tell the toy about your day. Speak sound doctrine unto them. It's all fun and games, but when it comes down to the consequences, it's not fun. Speak that sound doctrine unto these young people. You understand me? Don't just make it seem like you know it all, because you don't. We don't know it all. You understand me? We've been taught. Teach what you've been taught. That's it. Teach what you've been taught. Read on.
Verse 2. That the aged men be sober, grave temperate. So like a grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, in patience.
This is talking about being in control of your emotions. Understand? Sober, grave, temperate, being serious. You understand? Sound in faith, charity, patience. You having control over your emotions. As a man, that is the most valuable value that you can have. Being in control of your emotions. That's the most valuable asset that you can have in your life. You understand me? Read on.
Verse 3. The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things.
Same thing. You understand? This all goes back to discipline. You teaching them the sound doctrine, and you teaching them these things because you know what happens when a woman don't have these attributes. You know the type of hell that she can bring on a community. You know what type of destruction that she can bring onto a man, onto her own children. You understand me? You know these things. That's why you're trying to teach them, and you're not trying to scare them out of it. You're just trying to give them both sides.
Right.
Yes, it's fun, but it comes with consequences. Consequences that make you want to forget all of that fun. I wish you could go back in time. You understand? And you wish you had a time machine. That's that song. I wish I had a time machine. That's how it feel after you done had all of that fun, to the point where you don't even realize that, you say a lot of people say, oh damn, if I didn't have these kids, you know, I could have lived my life differently. But living your life that way led to you having them kids. To the point where you were just so stressed out all the time. Your life became about those kids. You understand me? The amount of fun that you have will never equate to the amount of consequences that come from certain type of fun, unlawful fun. You understand me? It's never going to equate to it. It's going to be a blast, but it's you trading in temporary pleasure for everlasting peace. You understand? Long-lasting peace, longevity. You trading in longevity for temporary. It's not going to happen. It's not ever going to be equal balance. You got to speak this sound doctrine unto them. Read on.
Verse 4, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands.
To do what?
To love their husbands.
To do what?
To love their husbands.
Do it say to go out and sample every man out there?
To love their husbands.
You can't just take this person serious because there's so many options that you have.
To love their husbands.
To love their husbands. Now you understand that sex is marriage. If you have sex with him, you have to love him. That's what you need to be teaching these young women. Not, just go out and sample everybody. Go.
They say go. You need to experience life. That's what they told me in my red when we got married.
Right.
Y'all just young. Y'all need to go and experience life.
Experience life. Life is hell. They saying go out there and suffer just a little bit more. just go out there and suffer. Facts. You understand? Try to catch the ones that's curable.
Right.
Let's try to do that. It's crazy. They told me in my rib, you can't be unequally yoked. Because I came into the truth. And listen, I was cutting the pastors. They were trying to bring the pastors to me.
Right.
I was the officer of 50. I'm like, oh man. I was asking the pastors, hey, where do it say that in the Bible? And they talking about, yeah, I'll get back with you on that. Yeah, I know you would. You're not going to get back with me on that. You understand? It says to teach the young women to love their husbands. You got to know what a husband is, first of all, in order to love them.
Right.
A husband is somebody you lay down and have sex with. That's it. That's not what our older generations have taught the young women. They taught them to go out and sample everything. You don't know what you like until you get it, until you tried it.
Right.
You understand? But by the time you know what you like, you're not the person that's likable enough to keep it. You understand? You go out and you find all the things that you don't like and you like. You really become an expert in being single. And I see these podcasts and these women like, you can't date this type of man. You understand? This type of man, he has mama issues. This type of man, he won't pay your bills. He won't take you out to eat. This type of man, X, Y, and Z, they are an expert in being single, just like the men. Oh, this type of woman here, she's going to give you problems, and they become an expert in being single. You can't take relationship advice from a person who isn't married, who isn't in a long-lasting, happy marriage, who hasn't learned from professionals how to be in a long-lasting marriage. Understand? Most people who give out relationship advice are just giving out advice based on the trauma and the baggage that they have.
Right.
That's it. They'll say, if you tell them something, they'll say, well, I know you would have left. Understand? Because you know how to keep a man, how to maintain a relationship. Understand me? I know you would have never got with her because you know how to be in a relationship. Understand me? It says, teach the young women that they may be sober to love their husbands. You understand me? And that the aged man teach the young man how to be temperate and patient and patient. You understand me? This is how you try to mend that relationship between an old generation and a young one so we can stop being so cursed. You understand me? Talking to them, sound doctrine, being truthful and honest with them, being real. You can't copy being authentic. You understand me? When you're being authentic, people will be able to pick up on it. The kids will be able to pick up on that. You being authentic because you're actually giving them real encounters from your life, and just trying to give them the game. Lord be with them after that. You're just trying to plant the seed. The Lord will cause the increase. You understand me? All you gotta do is plant that seed. Be honest. Just give them your experience, because they're going to do whatever the hell they want to do anyway. Just give them your experience. Plant that seed, plant that wisdom that you've gained, not the lifestyle that you wanted to live because of America. Understand? Just plant the seed and pray that the Lord is able to grow that seed into some real produce, that they can produce something that's, that'll make you proud. Understand? With that being said, this was the Wednesday night law class. I'm preaching officer of 1,000 YAHUSHUA. Held it down for Nakar. You understand me? Pay your tithes. I'm gonna pass the class officer, preaching officer Aithanya. Right. Hey, so like my alarm going off for me to take my crazy pills. So right now, as you I'm going to take them Jones. All right. Crazy.
I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We're the I.S.U.P.K side 1 West on 25th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. Rule for new brother and sister. When the new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves in the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 verse 21, Malachi chapter 3 verse 8 through 10. Means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'asharim. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upholding convocation.
Holy convocation.
Oh, it's Purim, right? Yeah, Purim. Thursday, March the 13th through March the 14th, Friday, 2025. Remind Akim and Akwatim to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boot, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that, in Israel, which means to stand. You're going to give the teacher one courtesy salute. In Israel, Madi Shabbat, Madi, Barak, YAHUAH, YAHUSHUA, YAHUAH, Sorry, we're going to face the sisters. Get the sisters one courtesy salute. In Israel, Madi Shabbat, Madi, Barak, Yahweh Shemar, Thabah, Shem Yahushua, YAHUAH. And with that, class is dismissed.